It's time for the hottest show in America. It's time for the Al Rucker Show, where you get the 411 from A to Z, special guests, and much, much more. So buckle up for a wild, wild ride. The Al Rucker Show starts now.
Thank you for tuning in for a second hour of the Al Rucker Show. You got myself, Al Rucker, and you got Nikki Woods. We have a lot going on, don't we?
We do. You know, remember when we were talking about the loud eating people?
Oh, my God.
What is that for, Elise? Tell me again. It's AMSR? ASMR? Well, anyway.
Yeah.
It's supposed to calm your nerves.
By eating loud?
By eating loud food in the mic. But I have not been sleeping, right? So I was on YouTube yesterday, and I was just searching through, and there's more to this than just loud eating. Like, there are people who just whisper in the mic, which I actually kind of like, but they just talk like this, and they do like,
and it's supposed to calm you?
Yeah, it's supposed to calm your nerves.
Wow.
And so literally I spent 2 hours listening to this chick whispering on YouTube. I didn't go to sleep, but I was relaxed.
That's crazy.
It is insane.
So you telling me people listen to people eat loud to relax?
Eat loud to relax, or tap on stuff, or shake stuff, or make weird noises. Everybody connects to something different. So there's just a wide variety.
So there's a group of people out there that
really like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and there's actually now a place, and I want to say it's in New York, where it's an establishment, and it's called the Whisper Lounge. And you can go there.
Oh, my God.
And you can get this experience live. It's like everybody whispers, and they rub you with feathers, and they do all sorts of sensory. So I think
that's crazy.
That like over the holiday break, you, Seven, and I should go to the Whisper Lounge.
Where in what city is this going to be in?
I think it's in New York, so we can.
It's too cold right now.
Well, that's true.
We can wait.
Okay, we'll go in the summertime.
Well, if you gotta do just listen to Seven eat. He smacks. Seven is probably. I have never met nobody who smacks as loud.
Between him and my 15-year-old,
Seven smacks on everything.
Yeah,
he smacks on water.
He does.
He smacks on everything.
That's very true. So we're gonna solve a problem with Ask Al. That's coming up. We're talking holiday fashion and out front, and we also have Ask of the Week. When you got a little preview, but we're gonna tell you the full story. All of that is coming up shortly, so stay tuned. But first, it's Destiny's Child and Cater to You on the Al Rucker Show.
It's one of my favorite. Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show, and we're at the segment we call Hot Topics.
Well, yes, we are, but I still have some Thanksgiving questions for you. So is there a relative that you would rather not come to Thanksgiving dinner?
Wow.
There's always one.
There is one.
You can't say it out loud?
I can't
say
it out loud. I can't say it out loud. Can't say it out loud. I want to keep my sponsors.
I know, that's right. I had a cousin, and he was great up until a certain point. But it's like then he'd have that extra beer, and it just went the complete opposite way.
Yeah, you got that one he's gonna turn into a party.
He is the party until he has that one beer, and then he just goes mean. So he's great. We just have to monitor the number of beers. It's like up to 11. If he gets to like the 12th, it gets crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, he
can chug them down.
He's from. Well, I don't even know if I know the city because they're an affiliate, but he's from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Oh man,
so that's,
we do. We are in Grand Rapids,
but that's
Michigan.
Just my family in Grand Rapids. That's not necessarily all the citizens of Grand Rapids. So, man, what? But we let him come because he makes the turkey. So you can't stop him. I mean, that's like what's Thanksgiving without the turkey?
No, you gotta have the turkey.
No, I think it's interesting because my mom is Jamaican, so they don't celebrate Thanksgiving. So she really has not. I mean, she's adopted the holiday because she likes family to come, but she does not cook Thanksgiving dinner. Like nothing. She gets the little relish tray, and then that's like her contribution.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I can't
that
wait.
Is it.
I can't wait to. I like to. I'm not a big eater, but I definitely on Thanksgiving Day I eat. I just eat. But it all depends on who cooked.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Like, you want to know who made the potato salad?
Absolutely.
Who made potato salad?
Absolutely.
You can't eat Susie potato salad.
No.
Susie got roaches.
Because they put mustard. Some people put mustard in their potato
Lord,
salad.
I can't
so you got to ask questions.
Yeah. No, you ain't got to ask. You just look at it. If it's
yellow.
yellow, it's mustard in it. I ain't eating
yellow.
that. I don't do all that. I don't eat mayonnaise neither, but I will eat a potato salad, white potato salad, before I eat white.
That's so interesting. Like I'm allergic to eggs, but I can eat like eggs in something. Like I can't just eat a boiled egg.
Yeah.
Well, I'm allergic to the yolk. I can eat an egg white, but I can't eat the yolk.
That's my daily breakfast.
Yeah.
A boiled
So, but
egg.
if it's put into the potato salad, then I can eat it. So
Yeah.
it's very strange.
That is strange.
It's very strange. But and it wasn't only, and it was my second child. Like he jacked it up for me because I used to love eggs, but now I can't eat them. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But the best thing about like Thanksgiving and Christmas to me is that you have so much that you can eat it over
Throughout
multiple days.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, we had a Thanksgiving at our house. One year we didn't go to Chicago. We hosted it at our house and we invited our neighbors who are not people of color. And so we told them, we were like, come around 1. And they're like, oh, we're having Thanksgiving lunch. I was like, no, black people start early.
And eat on it all day.
So we can eat on it again.
All day.
They were like, oh, this is fascinating.
As soon as you come from church, you start eating.
You start eating.
And you eat all day.
They
And
were so confused.
Yeah, I love Thanksgiving. You sit there, you come from church,
Football.
you eat football, you got some basketball on.
Yeah.
I'm in hog heaven. I'm
Yep.
chilling. Feet up, remote control in the hand.
Oh, God. I could just
And-
imagine what you're doing.
Oh, I'm nothing. Nothing. Leave me be.
I know, that's right.
Leave me be. Turn the game on.
So what are you thankful for this season? And you guys tweet us or Instagram us. Let us know what you're thankful for too. But what is the thing you're most thankful for this year?
Most importantly, my health, my family's health. That's most important. I think in order for me to do the things that I'm doing and things in the direction that I'm going in life, I got to be healthy. You got to be. I'm glad to be healthy, and I'm glad my mind is at peace. And that's one of the most important things in order for me to do what I'm doing and try to do. And I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful on the journey that we've had. This has been a very interesting 12 months on the Al Rucker Show. And I'm looking forward for the next 12 months and longer. So I'm grateful for that. And I'm just grateful for just, like I say, most importantly, my health. I know a lot of guys my age, they're battling health issues, and I've hadn't had those problems. Yeah. So what about yourself?
I would say just really developing new relationships. I think one of the things that I did not do because I worked so much when I, was at some previous jobs is that I just didn't have time, or the energy to really like develop relationships. And I wish I had, but I really just didn't. And so I think this year has just been one for developing new connections and really creating a relationship and not just meeting people and, texting them every once in a while, but really creating those relationships. So.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the holidays. I'm looking forward to the new year, 2019. I think there's going to be a lot of, on a personal level, I got a lot of things that are happening for me. On a professional level, there's a lot of things happening in my businesses outside of the Al Rucker Show, and there's great things happening with the Al Rucker Show. So I look forward with it. I look forward to the future for what we're gonna be a problem. We're gonna be a problem when it comes to radio.
That's so funny. And I do think you said businesses.
Businesses.
Yeah, okay. That means you got a lot of them.
Yeah, businesses. Businesses.
That's so funny.
Yeah, businesses.
All right. Well, we got a lot coming up for you, including more hot topics. We're also going to talk about National Adoption Awareness Month with April Franks. We're going to power up with Robert Ferguson, who is going to help us with some tips for taking control of our diet on this holiday season. Ask Al, Out Front, all of that good stuff on the way. Much more on the Al Rucker Show.
Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show. We're still in the segment we call Hot Topics. Nikki, what we got going on now?
Well, I wanted to talk about relationships. I was talking to a friend of mine who is a relationship expert, and he was doing a seminar, and it was the 3 relationship topics people don't discuss until it's too late. And so there's 3 questions, and I just wanted to kind of talk them through. You haven't, you've been married for a while, but I'm sure, at one point this was relevant for you, and just see what you think. And you guys can, hang out with us and answer us on social media, tweet us, text us, hit us up on Facebook. But the first question is being faithful hard?
No, I think you choose to be faithful. I think you choose that. Now the question is
agree.
The question is who you gonna be faithful to.
Well, see, and that's the thing.
Yeah,
I think there is a thing of when you're with the right person that it's not that difficult, but it is a choice.
It's a choice.
Sometimes you have to make that choice every single day. But if it's important to you, you will choose to remain faithful.
True.
So, but I think that one of the questions that I've asked before, and I don't know if I always want to know the answer, but have you been unfaithful in previous relationships?
You definitely want to ask that question.
But do you think that if they have been unfaithful in previous relationships means that they will be unfaithful to you?
No. I think at the end of the day, there's in for men, there is that woman that will
just flip the whole script.
That'll just change the world. Change the world for you. You're not thinking about anybody else. Don't want nobody else. That particular one woman satisfies all your needs and desires in the whole 9 yards.
But I think it's interesting, and especially in this social media and texting and all of this world, where you can do you think that there's a difference between emotional cheating and physical cheating?
No.
Do you think they're both equally as bad, or
Now you may get mad at me. I think it depends on the gender. Honestly,
no, I agree with you.
I think it depends on the gender. I believe if a woman cheats, then she has feelings for that person. She has feelings for that person she cheated with. Now it could become a situation where you say, texting and all that kind of stuff on social media. It could just be flirting. It could be just like a flirting thing, and she is trying to feed that ego or that hunger for attention, and she may not be getting it from the partner that she's involved with, so she decides to reach out and entertain that, but there's no meaning behind that. In a sense, that's still cheating. In a man's eyes, that's cheating, because you're giving that person the time and attention, and anybody you give your time and attention to eventually can turn into a situation.
Oh, no, I absolutely agree. And I probably would be more concerned if my man had an emotional relationship with someone as opposed to just a sexual relationship.
Yeah, if it's an emotional relationship,
it's a done deal.
It's a done deal. That's done.
It's a done deal.
Yeah, it's a done deal. You might as well kiss that bye.
But I do think that a lot of women do, because they think it's safe, have emotional relationships with men that maybe even they may not ever see them face to face.
True.
But he fulfills something for her emotionally that she's not getting in her marriage, and I think that's a problem.
It is a problem. That means and it's a problem two different ways. I think it's a problem because if she is allowing that to happen, that's for one, and two, it's a problem if he hasn't noticed it or taken notice that he's not feeding something that she's in desire for. And three, the communication has to be on point. She has to tell him, my love tank is low. I need this. I need that. Hey, we need a date. We need this time, or what it may have been. And when a woman says I need time, it's not always sexual. It may just be, I need to have you there for the moment. Maybe you're just sitting there watching TV. It may just be the fact that you're
absolutely.
Yeah, maybe the fact that you're just in the building and you on one part of the house and she's on the other part of the house, but she knows that you're there. So if she has a desire to yell out your name or whatever, she can just get you in the appointed time. But yeah, that's a good topic.
All right. The second question is well, I hate to say is twice, but is arguing a natural part of every relationship?
Yes.
No, I don't think it has to be.
No, this is the thing. And you don't, it depends on how much you're arguing. Now, if you have an argument and then you can just have that argument, you got to, because who wants to be involved with someone that you never seen them mad before? I want to see you mad. I want to see you get so mad that you tell me, nobody ever made me that mad, and I can still deal with it. You don't want to deal with you don't want to be involved with somebody and they don't never get mad and you don't never have an argument with them. You got to have some disagreements. You got to have a disagreement.
Well, I think a disagreement and an argument, and I guess maybe you have to kind of define what an argument looks like to you.
Okay.
Because some people say argument and they're breaking furniture.
No.
Right?
No, that's crazy.
Some people
that's
say
crazy.
argument.
That's ghetto. That's ghetto.
Right.
That's
so
ghetto
I think that you have to
there.
define what the argument is. But I think that you can make the decision and have some ground rules. Like if you get me so mad that I want to throw something, that there are steps that we go through for this conversation.
A heated debate. We're having a very heated debate.
Exactly. Because one thing that I will not tolerate, and this is just me in a relationship, I won't be called out of my name.
No,
like, you're not going to be mad at me and call me something.
Well, no, I don't. I'm not going to call you out your name because I won't allow somebody else to call you out your name.
Right.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I mean, there's just things, but for some people that's standard. Like I've heard husbands and wives call each other all sorts of things, and I'm like, whoop.
But that's craziness, though. That's some people thrive off of craziness. They can have a knockdown, drag out fight. And next thing you know, they two lovebirds kissing and hugging and everything else, So.
All right. So the third question, real quick before we go to break, is your significant other entitled to your social media passwords in a committed relationship?
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
But I don't want it. I don't want your password.
Well, I think at the end of the day, you may not want it, but you have access. You have access to it if you need to. Now, if you snooping and going through all that, now you got a problem.
I agree.
Yeah, you got a problem.
And nobody has that much time and energy.
No,
Because if
you
you
don't do
think
it.
you're going to see it, you're going to end up seeing it, whether it's true or not.
Well, if you're looking for something, you're going to
That's
find
what I mean.
something.
You're going to find it,
You're
whether
gonna
it's true
find.
or
You're going
not.
to find something. Even once you find something that may look
Crazy.
You're gonna assume if that's what it is.
All right, so those are the 3 questions you're supposed to ask before you get in a committed relationship. Passwords to social media accounts, whether or not arguing is a natural part of the relationship, and whether or not it's hard to be faithful. All right, so we've helped relationships.
We did.
We've kept people together. We got a lot of show coming up. We're going to talk about National Adoption Awareness Month. We're going to power up, ask out, all of that great stuff, and a ton of great music. So stay right there. We will be back with more of the Al Rucker Show.
Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show. You got Nikki Woods, you got myself, Al Rucker, and we have Robert Ferguson.
Yes, he is going to help us power up. He is the brainchild behind Diet Free Life, and he has been making waves for a number of years and helping people really gain control of their life. So your bio is incredibly long because you've done a lot of incredibly good stuff. And we love you for it. But today I wanted to talk to you because, I mean, your brand is Diet Free Life. And so does that mean, and I don't want to, ask a dumb question, but does that mean that you teach people how to live a life without dieting and still be healthy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So the promise of what we do is in our name. And as you know, in the world of business and branding, that's not always easy to do.
No.
Correct.
So, I think Weight Watchers is a good name. It's like watch my weight, Jenny Craig, you wouldn't know unless they explain what it was, but Diet Free Life kind of does it for you. So we definitely show people how to lose weight eating foods they love so they don't feel deprived or restricted. And then as a result of eating foods in what we call fat burning combinations, they learn how to combine their food so it makes it heart healthy, diabetic friendly, something that can work for everybody.
And so one of the things that I want to talk about, especially as we're on the heels of this holiday season, where we're going to have Thanksgiving and we're going to have Christmas, is what kind of tips, because I believe that your mindset has a lot to do with whether or not any of this will work, personally. I just do. And if you're not in the right frame of mind, I mean, I don't think anything can be successful. So, and I think that includes with your health. So I wanted you to help us with some tips that we can share with our audience to help us really get control of our health.
Well, number one is I would say you want to eat foods during the holiday. You want to have a good time. You want to make it festive. You want to smile and laugh and all that. But when it's time to eat those meals, my first tip would be always add protein to your plate first. So whether it's the ham, the chicken, the turkey, the soy, add that to the plate first, and then you're less likely to overindulge with the carbs.
Yeah, makes sense.
So the carbs aren't bad. It's just that if you start with the mashed potatoes, and then you follow that up with the mac and cheese,
and then you follow that up with the dressing.
And then you get the biscuit. I got to have a little cornbread. By the time you get the protein, there's like a little space on that plate for that turkey.
And so you don't differentiate between the ham and the turkey. It's just protein. You just got to get protein.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's almost like it's a science in trying to eat. So it sounds like it's a science. It's a formula to it.
And that's a great question. So for us, for people, because you have children, I have children, Al has children. So for people raising families, is this something should we know this science? And should we be teaching this to our children?
Absolutely. Like when I put my methodology to the test, we took 60 first graders, and inside of 45 minutes, all of them scored 100% on how to make what I call a fat burning meal.
Really?
Yes. And when I went into it with adults,
yeah, we all failed.
Hey, put it this way: 60% of the adults failed.
I
Wow.
bet.
Because they kept coming up with reasons why it should be confusing.
Wow. Yeah. So do we make it too difficult? We make it too difficult.
Yep. And a lot of that is because of the abundance of information out there.
Yeah.
1 week we go with Atkins, the next week the government says coffee's bad. A year later they say coffee's okay. Then they say don't eat the egg yolk. Then they say eat the egg yolk. And you know what I mean? It's like, who do you believe?
Well, we're gonna go with you for now, Robert. So give us another tip on how we can take control of our health.
Well, I mean, they've heard this before, but it 100% is true. Make sure you're fully hydrated all day long.
Yes.
So drink as much water as you can drink. And there's studies now that have proven that water has a thermic effect, meaning you burn calories by drinking water.
Wow.
So it's not only hydrating and helping everything move and nutrients go in and out of the cells and flow better, it's putting you in a position where you can optimize your ability to burn calories throughout the day and to burn off unwanted fat.
And
Wow.
doesn't water kind of gives you a fulfillment, a full fulfillment feeling, right?
It does help with that. Unfortunately, you know, we have people who made a weight loss plan around that.
Mm-hmm.
So then water becomes a diet, and then people don't look at it the way we're looking at it now.
Yeah.
Like if a person knew that you're burning calories when you drink water, why wouldn't you drink water?
Yeah.
Just knowing that gives me a sense of freedom. And then it's all about, like, how can I drink water where I enjoy it?
Let me start drinking now. And so where does exercise play into this? Where does the activity, because I where does the activity play into it?
Well, I mean, look, the goal is you meet people where they are. Not everyone wants to exercise.
Mm-hmm.
But if they started losing weight and feeling better, they may be open to it. On a personal note, I like to exercise because I feel better.
Yeah.
I have like I was just talking to a buddy of mine. He has like this room with all whiteboards, and he has his creative time, and he doesn't exercise. I'm like, man, I don't even know how you can be creative without exercising, because when I exercise, that's when I get the best thoughts. It's like I'm getting more oxygen to my brain. I feel better. I can see things more clearly. But exercise is another form of how you can burn off unwanted fat, and it's the best way to shape your body the way you want to shape it.
True.
All right, so protein first.
Protein is first.
We're drinking water.
I felt a little attitude when I said that.
No, I love it.
No, I think that's, and I never thought of it like that. So I think that's a great idea. So, so we'll have to have you back so we can talk more about, diet-free life, because I don't know who wouldn't sign up for that. Who wouldn't sign up for just living a healthy life? So we appreciate you. So you're diet-free life everywhere, right? Right, sir?
Oh, everywhere.
Everywhere.
And as I speak with you, I mean, we haven't been in our offices because I'm in California, and we're in the midst of where we had the mass murder, all those people got killed, which is so sad in our community. And then, we have these fires that are still taking place. So right now would not be a time to go outside and run, put it that way.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm not going to laugh at you. Thank you. And while we appreciate you taking your time out to hang out with us, I was telling Robert earlier, I was like, I really got to start looking at a map and like putting pins where my friends are, so I know
exactly
when they're being affected by wildfires and such.
Yeah, I just call everybody in California I know, or text everybody, hey, you good? Like, yeah, I'm
But that's
good.
why I love the Facebook feature where people can check in. Have you checked in on Facebook to let all your friends and family know you're okay?
I did see the check-in, but I forgot to do it.
Go check in, please.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to check in.
you.
Got to check in.
Thank you, Robert. Follow him on social media and get more tips on how you can live a diet-free life. Love it. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Robert.
And so more in the second hour. We're going to ask Al. We're going to go out front, and we're going to talk about blended families during the holidays, and also Ass of the Week. All of that is on the way on the Al Rucker Show.
Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show. You got Al Rucker, that's me.
Yes, that is you.
You got Nikki Woods.
That is me.
And we're going out front with who, Nikki?
We're going out front with one of my favorite people. She is a relationship expert, and she's done a lot of good things. She's an author, she's a speaker, she's a blogger, she's soon to be a podcaster, and she is the winning single mom. Is that going to be the podcast?
Yes, indeed.
She just makes me happy whenever I see her. She's just always got this great big grin on her face. And so Kwanda Lamb is our expert today. We're going out front on blended families and things that we can do to make it as stressless as possible during the holidays.
Absolutely excited to be here. Thanks for having me, y'all.
No, super excited to have you. And I mean, I think it's a big conversation because a lot of us, and when I say blended, let's clear it up, because it doesn't necessarily mean that you're married. You may be dating someone with children, and your children may hanging out, but it means that you're blending two different households, if you will, and having a holiday season, maybe going to the grandparents, maybe going to the aunt and the uncles. And so what are some things that you can leave with us so that it is not as stressful as it sounds, because it sounds very stressful.
Okay, so I don't know about y'all, but there's this thing where each person has to go to their parents' house, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe the guy wants to go to his mom's. That's the way it's always been done. And maybe she wants to go to her mom's or to her dad's. And so how do you figure that out? And so I would just say, honey, save your sanity and go both places. Y'all pick a holiday. We got Thanksgiving, we got Christmas. And I just want to lay it out there real quick and just say, it's okay if you want to stay at your own house.
Hallelujah.
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 We love y'all. We're going to make our own traditions. But honestly, have that conversation with the kids and with your partner and let it be a family that decides, right? So let me tell y'all a story real quick. My mom, I had to tell her, when I first moved to Texas, I'm from Louisiana. I was like, Mama, I love you, but it's just me and these boys. And, I don't want to drive 6 hours by myself every year, every holiday. So pick one, which one you want to see me on. And you know what? It was hard to do because I was that perfect, always pleasing daughter, right? But surprisingly, my mom was not upset about it. She was like, I totally understand. So we come home on one of those holidays. And so I think when you start to blend, we have these ideas of perfection and we see the beautiful snowflakes and the Christmas trees. And we don't think anything about how he going to be upset that we went to your mama's last year and this year. So let it go. Just say, you know what? I'm with the people I love, and how can I make this the most enjoyable season? So get the kids involved, get the hubby involved, get the new boyfriend involved, right? Get everybody's opinion, and then come to a consensus.
But see, two things that I like that you said, and one thing that I just want to add in, because I found in my previous situation, because I was part of a blended family, it's often not even us that really cares. It's the mother-in-law, or it's the mother, or it's the father, or it's somebody else that, gets their, in their feelings because you decided to go to a different house. But I also like the idea of creating your own traditions, and really, taking ownership of what you want your holiday to be. Because, the worst thing in the world is to be at a holiday or having dinner and somebody is mad and their mouth poked out, or you're not happy and you're ready to go home. So to really take ownership of it, I think that's a cool thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so here's the deal. So my boys are older now, right? So let me go on and tell the world. We're gonna announce that this is a world premiere information. Okay. I am not going home for Thanksgiving to my mom's. This is the first time in so many years, right? And I'm not going to be here with my boys for Thanksgiving. Mama love them, but y'all know what she going to do? Mama is going to Cancun with her bestie, and we're going to have a hallelujah good time. You know why? Because I have been people-pleasing, taking care of folks, cooking. I spent 24 hours preparing this amazing meal, and all I hear is it done yet? And you know what? I am going to Cancun. So all my single ladies out there, all my single mamas out there, it's okay to do you. So I said that not to say everybody stop and drop Christmas. That's not what I mean. Don't stop and drop Thanksgiving. That's not what I mean. I got preparations and people set up, and my boys are going to be good. But what I'm saying is we have all these ideas of what it's supposed to be like, and we spend so much time making it perfect for everybody else, and we don't have a good time. And so I have decided to say, what is it that Kwanda wants? And give it to Kwanda. So
I want to put Kwanda in like a movie.
What is it Kwanda wants?
Yeah.
I paused you because mom-in-law over here and daddy-in-law over there, all those people, we're trying to please all those people. Yeah. When we miss the whole holiday season, we're mad come first of the year and we're like, dang, they got into it again. Why do I keep coming home for this? So I'm like, y'all have it. I'm going to go to Cancun.
I think,
okay.
I mean, I can see what she's coming at with.
Mad about the Cancun
no, I can see what she's
part.
coming at. Why are you mad about the Cancun?
Because I'm not going.
Well, you choose not to go. But I think she's hitting on the point, though. I mean, I think at the end of the day, she's pleasing herself. She's satisfying herself versus trying to satisfy everybody else.
Yeah. And
I don't see anything with it. I mean, that could be a good tradition when someone, as she's saying, she's single, the boys are older. If they gonna spend time with the family, and then she's gonna go do something with her bestie and enjoy herself. It's all about enjoying the holidays.
Well,
period.
and I think that as single mothers, that sometimes you just have to take the break when you can get the break.
Yeah.
Because I remember one Thanksgiving, I called my mom. I was like, I don't think we're gonna be there, and I think she started crying on the phone, and then I was like, okay, I'll send the boys, and then it was fine. And I ended up at the spa by myself for like 4 days, and it like was life changing for me.
You went to the spa for 4 days?
For 4 days.
At the spa?
At the spa. I was in a white towel with a lot of oil for 4 days.
What can you do?
Tell
for
him,
4
girl.
days?
Tell him about the
Oh,
spa.
my God,
I'm telling
God.
you, it was life changing. I mean, it was one of those spas where you go and you get the packages and you do something different every day. So like one
So
day you get a.
You stay there?
It's like in a
Wow.
hotel
Okay, it's at a hotel.
situation,
Okay,
and they
makes sense.
feed you healthy food, and you can go do
Yeah.
yoga.
No,
I mean,
can
it's a
see
whole
that.
situation.
I can see that, especially being in the industry that we're in.
Yeah, I mean,
Gives
it's
you
like
opportunity to.
sometimes that's the only break you
get,
have.
yeah.
And then after that, the year after that, my parents were like, well, forget it. We're going to Jamaica for the entire Christmas season. And so it's just like, okay,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
do you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you set those type of traditions. I same here. I've traveled during the Christmas holidays for probably the last 10 to 12 years.
Yeah.
So I don't sit around. and mess
It's
with a
what
tree
you
all
make
day.
it. Like you said, it's
Yeah.
about love. It's about family. It's about friends. And sometimes your family is what you make it. It's not necessarily what you were born to. So, Kay Wanda,
Absolutely.
thank you. You are phenomenal.
welcome.
All that energy that you bring with you every single time. You can follow her on Instagram. What's your Instagram again, Kay Wanda? Give it to me real
Okay,
quick.
Wanda Lamb everywhere, darling.
Oh,
Oh,
darling.
yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
I see.
I know, right?
Okay.
So we appreciate you. She is the winning single mom for real. So stay connected to her. She also does a phenomenal brunch where she talks about love and relationships and feeds you good food. So it's a lot of fun to hang out with her. So thank you, Kay Wanda. We appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. A little bit more show to go. So
Little bit
hang
more.
out with us. We will tell you who the ass of the week is right up next. You don't have to wait any longer. It's coming up next.
Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show, and we're at that segment we call Ask Al, which happens to be my favorite segment.
I don't know why.
You don't?
I couldn't even guess.
I'm gonna tell you why.
You tell me why.
Because people write in and they want our advice.
They do. They want us to ask Al.
They do. That's why.
And this, when I tell you about somebody needing advice, it is this person right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
So let us get to it.
Let's go.
So it says, Dear Al, I recently reconnected with a past lover and I'm ready to start our relationship again, but don't want to deal with all the drama once everyone finds out. He's currently in jail, but will be released next week. His arrest was partially my fault because I was drinking and arguing with him in a loud voice, and my neighbors called the police. Once the cops arrived, they told him he had a warrant for past due child support and took him away. I feel really guilty about that and want to give him a second chance, but I'm just not sure what I should do. Al, have you ever had feelings for someone that all of your family and friends despise? Is this really a second chance at love, or is guilt causing me to want Mr. Wrong back in my life? Signed, Nosy Neighbors in Arkansas. That's a lot.
and it is a lot. They got a lot going on, but in reality, she already know the answer to this.
Absolutely.
She already know the answer. To
I
this.
know the answer. Al knows the answer, and everybody else listening
and
knows the answer.
Bottom line, she just being nosy to the fact. End of the day, the relationship is out of guilt. The desire for the relationship is strictly out of guilt. She got him arrested, which is crazy.
Well, they got each other arrested because
Yeah,
they were arguing.
But she got him arrested with her big mouth at the end of the day.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, when you have a male and a female arguing, the police come, you know who's going to jail.
Well, but he went to jail for not paying child support,
He
which is
did.
another issue.
He did, but the police shouldn't have got. She knew he had a warrant in the whole 9 yards. But sometimes our family can see things that we don't see. You know what I'm saying?
no,
So
absolutely.
At the end of the day, the family members they always gonna give their opinion, but you can't always just rely on that. But at the end of the day, she just being nosy, and just leave the relationship alone. She needs to just go the other way.
Yeah, I think that they both have issues. Obviously, if she's getting drunk in public and arguing, she's got stuff she needs to deal with. He's got stuff he needs to deal with. And clearly something happened to break the relationship in the first place.
Yeah.
And if they don't have children together, I'm not sure why we're, putting this much energy into it.
And that's my next thing. She needs to evaluate. She needs to evaluate the reasons why she want to be with this guy, and make a decision based on that.
But you know what I think is interesting with women? I think sometimes women are afraid to be by themselves. So they would rather just take some kind of an option instead of wait for the right option? And this is an easy option.
No, this is an easy option, but at the end of the day, he don't even want to deal with the drama. She sent this butt to jail. Who wants to deal with all that?
People that like drama. There are people out there that are just addicted to drama.
They are. You're absolutely right.
And quite frankly, I want them to stay together so they don't bring drama into other people's lives. Let's just keep their drama
She
together.
sends somebody else to jail.
Right. Right. But I just think it's interesting. One thing my daddy told me before we started, my sister and I started dating, he was like, bring him home. Let me meet him. I'll give you my opinion, and then you can do what you want. And that's what he always did.
Well, that's from a dad's perspective, of course. I mean, I'm gonna do that. I'll do that with my kids right now. I tell them what not to bring home.
Well,
what not to bring home. I instill that into them at an early age. They could be 3 years old. Look, I'm gonna tell you what you ain't gonna do.
I had one date come to pick me up at the house, and Dad was like, "Well, we're gonna have a conversation." 4 hours later, my dad woke me up to tell me my date was leaving because they had stayed in the living room having some political discussion, and I fell asleep in my room. So I stopped bringing men home to talk to my daddy after that. But
well, I mean, that's a good dad. If I had a daughter, I'd do the same thing.
I know. I don't get me talking about my daddy.
My daughter,
I had the best dad in the world.
My daughter would have hell on her hands.
Best dad in the world.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, my advice I would give to my daughter: if he find you a man that can do more than your dad.
That's exactly what he said.
Find a man that can do more than your dad. If he can't do more than me, you don't need him.
Yeah, he's like,
I can do it. I can do everything you need. I can handle everything you need.
One thing, and my niece posted something on Facebook that I thought was so true about what her dad told her. And he told her, if you ever have to question whether he loves you as much as I love you or God loves you, then he is not the person that you need to spend your life with.
That is true. That is true. That is true. But my advice to my daughter would be, find a man that can do more than your dad.
Well, that's a tough call.
That's exactly.
That's a tough call. Because honestly, they don't make them like you. They don't make them like my daddy. Yeah. It's hard to come by.
Yeah, I mean, the bar is raised.
The bar has been raised. But
because you want your daughter to be with somebody that you know that's going to take care of them.
That's going to take care of them.
Yeah.
But they are out there. And so I think that, like I said, I think that women just want an option and they don't wait for the right option. And so sometimes I just say, just wait.
But how do you know? How do you know what the right option is?
Well, she knows this isn't the right option.
Yeah,
she knows that there's somebody better at. I mean, I think that we just take a piece of a man. I think that's why people date men who date other women, or they date men who are already married, or they date men that may be in jail. They date all these men when it's not really what they want, but they don't want to be by themselves.
I disagree with you because no, I'm gonna tell you the reason being that you can say that because there are a lot of successful relationships that are public in the public's eye now that have they came from a result of what you just talked about. I mean, you look at Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys, Steve Harvey and Marge. You look at
I don't know if they're necessarily successful.
But
they're together, but I don't know if they're necessarily successful.
So you don't think you can't, based on what you see. Let's go based on what we see. You don't think Steve and Marge have a great relationship?
I don't know. I know they have a great public relationship, but that doesn't always mean that in the private it's good. I don't know.
Well, the key thing I said is what we see.
But that's not always the truth.
No. I'm saying,
as we know, that is not always the truth.
It may not be.
And I'm not saying they don't have a good relationship, but I'm just saying 9 times out of 10.
I disagree. I don't think it's that high.
Okay, what, 7 times out of 10?
I don't think it's
8 times out of 10?
I don't think there's a measurement. I don't think no one has ever measured it. But you can't tell me that you basically giving a woman an advice that she needs to just wait. She doesn't know that person that she may be dating, that may be married, may be the right person. Maybe
I'm not giving that advice.
No, hold on. I'm not giving the advice, but I'm just saying.
We're going to
I'm
break,
just saying at the end of the day,
we may have a new ass of the week.
That ain't me. It's gonna be that woman you saying you need to wait because you don't know the situation.
I don't, but I'm not gonna say that you should date a married man.
I'm not saying you should
thinking
date.
he could be your husband.
No,
he's not. He's somebody else's husband.
No, I'm not saying you need to date a married man, but you just gave and you just said what women should not do. But we look in public eye right now. Some of the relationships that we admire and see have come from situations like that. Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade.
That doesn't make it right.
It doesn't matter. What makes it wrong? What makes it wrong? What makes it wrong?
We're going to break.
We're gonna go to break
because I'm not gonna like you in 2 minutes.
That's okay. That's okay because I'm telling the truth. I ain't gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you what you want of him. And tell you what you need.
You're telling your truth.
No, I'm not telling my truth. I'm telling you what we see on TV.
We will be back with the ass of the week. And Dwayne cheated on Gabrielle.
But they happy though. At the end of the day, still, it happens. It happens.
I'm
we don't know.
Saying.
Him cheating on her may have made their relationship stronger. We don't know what happened on that. We don't know. No, we don't know. Y'all can't say that.
You can't say it either.
Okay, at least you got a boyfriend? Nikki, you got a boyfriend? No, you don't.
Wow, and now it's time.
Let's go. We're going to answer the week. Look at Nikki. Now she mad. I'm going to get mad at me.
I'm not mad, but I'm biting my tongue so hard.
Bite your tongue, but I'm just telling you.
I am biting my tongue.
You cannot tell me that. You can't say that at the end of the day just because.
I can't say what.
Okay, you say Dwayne Wade cheated on Gabrielle Union. Now what?
You're saying that they have this great successful relationship.
I didn't say that.
Him cheating on her does not equal successful relationship.
I didn't say they had this great relationship. You said what you said.
What did he just say, Elise?
No, you said women
What did
ought
he
to.
just say?
You said women ought to be waiting for the right guy. My question is, how do you know they're the right guy? They don't know.
A married man is not the right guy.
So you telling
me
if
he's so right for you, wait till he resolves that situation and then date him.
So you telling me Steve is not the right guy for Marge?
I think Steve and Marjorie deserve each other.
Okay, then I think so too.
But that doesn't mean it's good.
That's an oxymoron.
Do you know Marjorie's history?
I don't know her history.
Okay, do you know Steve's history?
I do know Steve.
Okay,
I do know Steve.
Then Marjorie's is pretty much the same.
Okay.
So they deserve each other.
Okay, they probably do. I don't know, but
I'm just saying. But just because they appear happy in public,
she went through some situations till she found the right guy, and the right guy she found happened to be married, and that situation dissolved. But at the end of the day, I'm not saying that's the way you go. You can't knock all that. You said it shouldn't happen, but you don't know what's going to happen. Okay. You don't know.
Well, we're not gonna agree.
No, I'm not asking you to agree with me. I'm not saying that you're right. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying based on what you're saying, what we see in the public's eye, just what makes
is in the public's eye.
Okay, so what makes I don't think two gay guys being in public eye. I don't think that's right. I think he ought to hit both of them need to go get fixed. I don't know.
Fixed?
Something that ain't right.
We're on Facebook Live.
You said I don't care. People that are my friends on Facebook.
But that's a different.
People on Facebook that are my friends. They know how I think. They know how I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing just because we're on Facebook.
No, I know, but that's like apples and oranges.
It is. As long as we ain't on the radio right now, that we good.
But that's really like apples and oranges.
All right, let's go.
All I'm saying is that encouraging somebody because they're single.
I'm not encouraging. Okay. I didn't encourage.
You
said they ought to wait. You said they ought to wait. You said they ought to wait till they find the right person. My question is, how you gonna know if you find the right person?
So you should just date all the married men until you find the right person?
I didn't say date married men.
You should just date all the guys in jail till you find the right person?
No, I didn't say that.
You should date all the guys that beat you till you find the right person?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Well, how do you know they're not the right person? Maybe they'll change and y'all have a successful, happy relationship.
If you end up in a relationship with anybody, and you got to go through, you got to get in a relationship with them at first. You got to got to be some type of attraction at first.
Why can't they be divorced first?
I didn't see you harping on the fact of somebody being married. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying.
That's what you just said. They could be the right person, and if they happen to be married, so what?
No, you don't know what's going on in that situation. I'm just saying you don't know.
As a week. Wait, let me Google the story.
So I'm gonna have to do my research on Mars. What Mars you do? What was she doing? Tell me. You saying they deserve each other? They can't see you. They can just hear you.
She was married to one of the biggest drug dealers in Memphis. He was in jail when she started dating Steve. She wasn't divorced either.
Well, hell, she didn't want to go. She wanted to stay up where she was. So she found somebody that has some money.
Okay, and so that's a happy, successful relationship?
I don't know.
I'm just saying. I don't care. If they're happy, God bless them.
So Marjorie dated a very successful drug dealer that went to jail. She did. Okay.
Huh? Yeah, it was more than one. But
more than
I'm
one
talking about the last one when she met Steve. It was more than one. I mean, that's what she did.
So what happened? What happened with Dwayne Wade and Gabe? You from Chicago?
He cheated on her and got another chick pregnant.
He cheated on who? I know.
Gabrielle.
Yeah, we understand that. Yeah, he did that. But I'm saying he was married when he met Gabrielle. He ain't right?
I don't think he was married.
Yeah, he was.
That was just like a example of what she
I don't think he was married when he met Gabrielle. Oh, well, maybe when they met, but not when they started dating. They've been divorced for a long time. She's crazy. His ex-wife is crazy. His ex-wife, boy, was sitting on the steps of the Chicago courthouse with a sign around her neck trying to get him to pay more child support. They've been divorced for a while.
Yeah, I know that. But I think he met her.
But I'm sure they've met each other in circles. I don't know. I don't think he was dating her when they met. I mean, while he was married.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show, and we're at the segment we call Ass of the Week, and there's a debate on who's going to be the Ass of the Week, but we know who's going to win that debate.
Well, we do know that because we also know who signs the checks around here. So never will you be Ass of the Week on this radio show.
All right.
Now, when we talk about it at home, that's a whole different. No, I'm just joking.
It's
healthy to have debate. It's healthy to have discussion.
Cool.
So I appreciate you for that.
Yeah, I ain't finished.
So, but the real Ass of the Week, let's talk about that. Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith, she's a Republican of Mississippi. She praised a supporter by saying, if he invited me to a public hanging, I would be on the front row. Mike Epsy, her African-American opponent in a runoff election, said the remark was tone deaf. And, of course, people are up in arms just, obviously, because, she's willing to be at a lynching as a sitting U.S. senator. I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, she's not going to win. I mean, people in Mississippi need to make sure they get out and vote. You don't want somebody like this representing you and your state and other people. That's just crazy.
It is Tupelo, Mississippi.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean,
don't know.
But what I'm saying is this. I'm speaking it into existence. She ain't gonna win.
Okay. Well, let's speak that into existence.
We don't need somebody like this down there representing anybody. I mean, at the end of the day, and this is another example of what I was saying earlier in the show. Trump got these people thinking they walk around with their chest out. They can say what they want to say, do what they want to do, and still get elected to office. The problem of it is colored people need to get out and vote and stop this. This is the only way to do it, because at the end of the day,
can we say people of color?
No, colored people of color, whatever you want to call them, brown people, black people. It don't matter. You know what I'm talking about. We talking about Mississippi, so they call them colored people anyway.
Sat up.
He probably did. In Mississippi, they call them colored anyway. But anyway.
No, you've got a good point.
Yeah, you got to get out there.
You can complain, but I mean, it doesn't make much sense if you're not going to go try to change anything at the polls. And I think that, it's just a crazy, crazy time. It's like I was reading this whole article on journalists and Trump and how, even our friend April Ryan has security.
Yeah. Because
she's afraid of what might happen. I'm not sure if she's afraid of what the president might do or if somebody else, but just the fact that as a journalist, because there's so much animosity that she feels she needs security. I mean, I think it's ridiculous. Yeah. I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, again, like I say, this president has that when he says, let's make America great again, we realize what he's really saying.
Yeah, let's make white America great. And not even just white America, rich white America great again. Yeah. It's not even, he doesn't even include all the white people.
No, he doesn't.
So it's I don't know. So he's just always got a standing Ass of the Week nomination as far as I'm concerned. But it's been a good show. We've had a lot of interesting conversation today.
We did.
We talked to Art Chat Daddy Sims.
I like Art.
I like Art too.
I like Ace.
We like Asa. We talked to Asa Laveau and learned a lot. We got some holiday fashion tips, and of course, we just had a lot of great music. It was it's a great show. Did you walk away? What was the biggest thing you learned today?
Top and bottom.
I knew you were
Y'all educated me on top and bottom.
I've never seen somebody not blink for 2 minutes straight, but you did not blink. You were what? You were trying to work through it in your mind.
Because when y'all kept saying top and bottom, I'm like,
I was drawing diagrams.
What are y'all talking about? How can a man be on top of another man? I'm trying to figure it out. Like, okay, then when y'all say what y'all said, like, oh, reverse it.
Yeah, when we explained it off air.
That's crazy. Man, if you the man on the bottom, you tough. That's a tough man. That's a tough man on the bottom.
But you know what I think it's just such a different, and we talked a little bit about this with Ace. I think it's just such a different society now. It's like our kids have grown up. It's like literally you can be sitting in your home, in your living room at 6 o'clock at night watching NBC and you see a homosexual relationship. So you can't be you can't shy away from the topic with your children. And let me tell you, it makes me uncomfortable, but it makes me uncomfortable to see a man and a woman together in front of my children too. So I'm equally uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, in this day in society, the world is totally different. So we got to accept it. We got to accept it because some of the most famous people that deliver news to us every day are bisexual, homosexuals, gay, whatever you want to call them. I mean, CNN got a couple of them on there. But at the end of the day, it's just the times we live in. And you just got to.
Let me tell you a quick story before I have to go. My son has a friend, and he has two moms. And so my son was over there, and they were hanging out, and they were having a good time. And somebody did something, and my son said, "That's so gay." And his friend's mom popped up and said, "You called? You rang?"
Wow.
And he was so ashamed. And I was like, "So you have to watch your language. You have to watch the words that you use, because sometimes now they apply to people."
They do.
And
They
so
do.
it was a cool way for her to give him a quick lesson, and I appreciate that she did that. But it's just a different society.
But I guess even in this, and I know we're gonna have Asa back on, but one of the questions I want to know is, I want to ask him, is it confusing? Is it fair to the child? Because he says, him being bisexual, he has a boyfriend. His mom is a lesbian.
That's just his life.
But what's the percentages of that kid is going to grow up and he's going to be gay?
I don't think that has anything to do with
You
it.
don't think? I think at the end of the day,
I don't
if you
think it has
grow
anything to
up,
do
you
with
don't.
it.
I think, I don't know. I'm from the hood. It's just
If that was the case, Asa would be heterosexual because his parents were.
no. Asa, he cut from a different cloth.
We're gonna be back
But he
next
cool
time.
people, though.
On the next, we're gonna be
Asa,
back.
my man.
Asa.
Asa, my homeboy. That's my homeboy.
We're gonna be back with another edition of the Al Rucker Show. But I have enjoyed it. You have tickled me today, I must say, Mr. Al Rucker, with a lot of good stuff, a lot of great guests, and a lot of great conversations. So we appreciate you hanging out with us, and we will see you next time.
Look forward. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Absolutely, it is the Al Rucker Show.
All right, so we gotta do show 2 now. Stick around, Facebook. We got one more show to record.
Yeah.
We record 2 shows. Show 1 is down. We finna go on to show 2.
You think the gayness is gonna rub off?
It ain't gonna rub off on me.
No, I mean,
Oh, I'm gonna say, what you talking about? We finna start fighting up in here.
oh my
You finna-
God! Never mind. Now I'm talking about if a parent is gay or
Yes.
a cousin is gay
I think that's I think it's unfair to put a child in a situation to where it is non-normal. I think that's not a normal, and I know you're looking at me like that, but it's not a normal situation because if my son, if I want my son to grow up and he has a wife,
Yeah.
I don't want my son to be 3 years old or 5 years old and he's seeing his dad with another man, because most boys want to be like their dad. And if it's okay for your dad to be dating another man, you're gonna grow up with the.
So you think homosexuality is a choice?
It could be. Yeah, I believe so. I don't think people are born gay. I ain't never heard a gay baby cry.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying. I just think
but I think that's offensive.
that's not offensive. But I'm just saying, you saying it's a choice. I believe it is a choice.
I'm asking you if
I
you
believe
think
it's a choice.
choice.
I think it's a choice.
Because that's what you're saying. You're saying that people can, like, just like, you're an entrepreneur and your son chooses to be an entrepreneur. You're saying that about his sexuality.
And that's what he's doing. He chooses to do it because he watches his dad. But I think if you got a child, they're going to want to mimic their parents. You don't think so?
No, I don't.
Wow, man.
I don't.
Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show. And we at the close of the show. We're going to close it out with Ass of the Week.
Well, the Ass of the Week is a New Zealand paper. I just saw this story. We know that Stan Lee, the creator, the Marvel guru who created all of the comics and all of that, was he passed away, 95 years old. Obviously very sad of that. And so a New Zealand newspaper did a very nice obituary. The only problem is that they put Spike Lee's name instead of Stan Lee's name.
Stan Lee.
Now, I guess the only saving grace, it wasn't just that they mixed up 2 black people, which is what they tend to do. But come on now, you can't Google and find out that Stan Lee is the Marvel. Nobody caught that. Nobody caught that.
They was probably trying to be in the now. Evidently they didn't know much about Stan Lee. So they just, whoever wrote that, just kind of Googled real quick, put the picture up.
And I get it. Like, everybody's trying to be the first to get something out. Everybody wants to be, I get it.
Yes,
but to be the first and be wrong,
Yeah.
is a bigger problem than being third and at least having factual information.
Yeah, not proofing your work.
It's just crazy. We learned that in 3rd grade.
Yeah, they didn't proof the work.
So definitely Ass of the Week. Get people's
Yeah,
names
I don't
right.
even see how they did it. I even went on Google real quick and put in Stan Lee's name and then hit images trying to see a Spike Lee picture pop up. It didn't pop up nowhere. So I don't know how they did that.
Okay, one thing I want to do really quick, because Trump always has like a standing nomination for Ass of the Week. And we talked a little bit about it. Ice Cube came out with the song Arrest the President. I want to just play a clip for you so you can hear this. So it's Ice Cube. So do we think this is this? What did he do? the Screw the Police song? Did he do that? Do we think this is along the same lines? Does Ice Cube still have it, or
He still does. I think, Ice Cube has always been that artist to push the envelope.
man?
You know what I'm saying? So he comes from that era where they didn't have a problem talking about the police and stuff like that. So this is right in line with him. I'm not shocked at it. I mean, hey, this is what it is.
It's like I always am so fascinated when I look at like Ice Cube and like Ice-T and and you see him now on all of these barbershop and all these family friendly things, and
Back in the day, there wasn't
there was no joke.
there wasn't no joke back then.
No.
Especially Ice Cube coming from NWA.
Man.
Those guys were the deal.
The real deal. And it's so like in our kids' era where they see all these little fuzzy nice people, I'm like,
Yeah.
they weren't so fuzzy and nice not too long ago.
No, it wasn't.
Not
nothing.
too long ago.
Back then, the artists were not afraid of going to jail.
Well, they went to jail so
went
that
to
they would
jail.
have some cred.
Yeah, they had some cred.
They would have some street cred.
They wasn't afraid. Nowadays, it's totally different. And the guys back then, rap music now versus back then, those guys actually was telling real stories. They were talking about real. They were talking about real things and talking about the police brutality and different things that was going on in the neighborhoods that they grew up. And they grew up in the hood back then. The hood then is not the same as the hood
now.
It's different.
Now, you know what? I'm thinking about street cred on Puff Daddy was on Ellen recently, and they were talking about fears.
Oh yeah,
and what
I
they were
saw
scared
that.
of. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
I saw that.
And so
They went viral.
Ellen was like, I heard that you were scared of clowns. No, I'm not scared of
Scared of
clowns. I'm a
clowns.
black man.
Yeah.
I got bigger things to be scared of.
Yeah.
And so this clown popped up.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that
And
went.
Puff Daddy starts doing the moonwalk on stage.
Yeah.
He was so scared.
Yeah, that's one of those things when you trip
Oh,
and then
my
you kind of start jogging.
And you start.
Yeah.
It was so.
He was
funny.
so scared. He couldn't do nothing. He had to do something.
He had to do something.
He had
And
to
we
do something.
when he saw it replay, he started laughing. When he sat back down, he was like, Ellen, he was like, you just took all my street cred. It was like, I have none left. It was the cutest thing ever. I love Ellen. I love her. She's so funny to me. But
Yeah,
that was,
I mean,
he was.
I think she has the best talk show.
She does, because
She
she
does.
does things you don't even think
Yeah,
of.
she has the best talk
And
show.
she tells you because literally the clown was like in a little table in between
right
the
by.
chairs. And Puffy came out with a glass of water and he sat it down on that table.
Yeah.
And Ellen is like, so I'm just going to move this for you. And she puts it over here and she was telling, she's like, I had to move the glass because I knew the clown was going to come up and I didn't want to it was just so funny.
And even when I saw that, I was looking for somebody to come from behind. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You always expect somebody to come from behind and approaching, but
I'm like, even if you're not scared of clowns, if that thing popped up right
it
next
would've
to you,
scared you.
okay.
It would've scared you.
I'd been moonwalking too.
Yeah. I don't know. I probably would have punched him.
You would.
My reflexes.
So
I got
gangster.
great reflexes.
You got violent reflexes.
Yeah, that's just been a natural reaction. Bam.
Okay, you'd have
Then I would have
punched out the
screamed.
clown.
I would have screamed
Like
as
a
I'm
look-
punching. Ah! Bam. You know what I'm saying?
At least you admit there would be a little girl
It'd be a little-
in there somewhere.
it'd be a little, I don't know if it'd be a little girl now. It'd be a little high pitch, like,
That's
but-
a little girl.
but a right and the left would have came with it.
See, when women get scared, we get bass. Y'all go high pitch. We be like, oh. Y'all go high pitch, we go bass.
That's like growing up back in the days when it was different. Your mom made you go outside and play
And lock the door.
and lock the door. And we go outside and play, but it was things that we couldn't find to do, and we'd just sit around and then we'd see a police car and just take off running. You ever did that?
No. No, we weren't scared of the police growing up. I don't know what y'all was doing.
We were
growing
just
up.
running, just to run, make them chase you.
No. My dad was mayor of the city that I grew
Oh,
up
so
in.
you came.
The police came to our house for dinner.
You was a rich family.
No, we were
Y'all,
not.
if you had a mom and a dad in the house, you were rich.
Okay, anyway. Happy holidays before we go back, because before you get another text to tell you watch what you're talking about. Happy holidays. We are so thankful for you guys. It is going to be a great holiday season, and we just wish you and your family all the best things for the end of the year and, of course, a new year. Of course, we're not going anywhere,
I'm
but
not going anywhere,
you got to
but-
be mushy around this time.
You do.
You got to
You
be
do.
grateful and mushy.
You do. Be thankful,
Yes,
grateful,
Yes.
humble.
absolutely.
All those great things.
Did you said humble?
Humble.
Okay.
I'm very humble. You don't think I'm humble? Oh my God. I'm probably the most humble person on this show.
At least I want you to pull all the clips that prove he is not humble.
Elise, don't you do that.
At least it's like,
Elise, who's the most humble person on the show? She said Al.
yeah. Anyway, we appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. We will see you on the next Al Rucker Show.
Thank you for tuning in.
The Al Rucker Show.